this was kind of suspicious, and so every suspicious rumor, it's like a little bit like internal trash talk. So the police officer who arrested them were angry and frustrated, so we talked to each other, and they say that this was kind of creepy, that these guys they were so convinced that they will be out of jail tomorrow evening. Even mine.
So maybe you have some new information for us. I don't know.
So you're just kicking in the door.
Yeah.
For new information, yeah, for sure. If I have new information, I would have to call you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Firstly, are there sensitive information when we talk about that we have to solve in time?
So you mean something like an emergency?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think that's not.
That's okay.
An emergency. Because as I told you the minutes before, there were a few strange things going on the police station with my chief commander.
Yeah.
And 2 days ago there was an arrestment of 2 guys. I didn't see the guys at all, but our police station has several floors.
Okay. Yeah.
And on the one floor, the operational cell, where all the junior police officers and were confronted with them yet. But rumors said that these freedom riders.
That's the problem.
Okay, it's great. The point is that the guys who were arrested were 2 guys. They're members of a motorcycling gang.
Okay.
And for sure they had to take it off before they get into the arrestment cell. And one guy.
The former police officer?
Yeah, right.
Did you like the taxi?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't there, but
It's a nice pub is good. Pub is good to drink beer. We want you to be comfortable.
yeah.
Because it's
So there, when he saw them there, when he's driving taxi, he saw these people. So at this job. So
Leonard Hamburg.
yeah, and here is a picture of the quarry. So you can see. Wait. There's a picture. So you can see this is in the north of Neustadt.
Okay.
And here's the quarry. Here are some buildings. I think that are the buildings where the fighters sleep. And
Around it.
And if you could give me a test 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Again, test 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right. Sir, once again, it's an honor and a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming out here today. I know you got a busy schedule, but we thank you for taking the time out to talk to us.
My pleasure.
All right. First off, if you could, spell your first name, spell your last name, and also what do you preside over in this scenario?
It's Benjamin Froebish. It's BenjaminFroebisch. And currently I'm head of the HUMINT Officer training for the German Army at our training center in Muenster, north of Germany. And here, at this exercise, this time I brought my class of 16 students, first lieutenants, who are right now in the final phase of their officer training to become HUMINT team leaders. And I brought them here to support and to visit the exercise.
Now, it's got to be. Now, is this the first time that all those individuals coming out here for this training? Is this their first time coming out here for this training?
For them, it is. Over the past 3 years, when I was company commander of a light reconnaissance company in Lüneburg, I brought 2 to 3 teams from a company here every time, so twice a year. And for me, myself, it's the 4th time that I made it down here. And now that I got another position, I thought of different opportunities to increase the cooperation with the 2nd MI Battalion. So I brought my students now to support the exercise as role players for the different conversations, and also to observe how all the different nations participating here are working and doing things maybe differently from what they learned, and thereby get a broader understanding about how things work in a multinational environment.
So they're actually getting some training on, they're kind of expanding on what they already know, and then getting an opportunity to see things a little bit different so they can incorporate that into their own training.
Exactly, and it gives them a big benefit for their future career, especially for future deployments, knowing how different nations work, what mentality they have, because if they learn it now and have this experience now, it's much better than making this experience when they're somewhere downrange and start learning then. So it's a big benefit for them.
And what's been the overall feeling of them, in training in this environment alongside U.S. forces? Has it been pretty exciting for them?
Definitely, and it's not only the training, so seeing different teams in the conversation. It's also during break times, during leisure time, just chatting with the U.S. comrades and getting to know things, how training in the U.S. military works, how the different career paths are set up. And so they learn a lot, also beside of their real training.
Oh, fantastic. And what's it been like for you, being in that leadership position, and also as a whole, what's it been like for the German Army, the Bundeswehr, to be out here training alongside U.S. forces for something extremely important such as this?
For me personally, it was a great success because I had the privilege to attend the Military Intelligence Captain's Career Course in the U.S. And when I then came back to Germany and took command of my company, that was one of my goals, to incorporate this multinational cooperation with U.S. forces here in Germany. And now increasing this cooperation even in my new position is a real great thing, and it's great that on every command level, the U.S. forces here, from the battalion to the brigade, everybody is really supportive and making this effort. So, great thing.
And in regards to Operation Atlantic Resolve, how important is it to maintain that that partnership between U.S. and allied forces?
It's from a German perspective, it's crucial to maintain that, because for Germany's security, NATO still is the backbone of our security policy. It will be in the future, and the U.S. forces are the most important contributor to NATO, and training here with U.S. forces and other NATO allies, that just helps especially the junior leaders to understand how this cooperation works, and thereby give them for the future positions a lot of knowledge and experience to be good leaders, even in a multinational environment that will be that they'll find in every deployment they're going to.
Sir, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
For me, it's always great pleasure coming down here. It's always a great training event, but beside of that, it's always nice coming back. It's real, like I said, because basically know a lot of faces here. It's a bit like coming home. In the meanwhile, doing that for 3 years now, it's just great.
Sir, thank you very much. We're pleased to meet you, and we want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. For the record, sir, could you state your full name, spell your first name and your last name, and also what do you preside over?
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Thomas E, Burney, Thomas E, Burney. I'm the commander for the 2nd Military Intelligence Battalion.
All right, sir. Once again, as I said, it was an honor and a pleasure to meet you. And, sir, Can you tell us a little bit about, in relations to Operation Atlanta Resolve, this particular scenario that you're engaging in out there? Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Okay. Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Burney of the 2nd Military Intelligence Battalion, 66 MI Brigade. We're here at Baumholder, Germany, conducting a validation exercise to certify both the technical and leadership skills of our counterintelligence teams and our human intelligence collection teams. This year, we've integrated our NATO allies to form multinational collection teams. This integration allows us to both strengthen and build the alliance, while increasing the interoperability of our overall collection teams. Strengthening the integration allows us to provide our commanders greater situational awareness and increase their speed of recognition and their speed of decision. Strong Europe, power forward.
Fantastic, sir. The one term that I kind of hear been tossed around back and forth is the year of integration. Can you give us a little bit of background about what that entails?
For the year of integration, it gives us the opportunity, the privilege of taking all of our systems across the board, whether they be effects-driven or op support systems, and integrating them as much as possible into our NATO allied structure, bringing a greater amount of force to bear. Rather than doing things unilaterally or in parallel, we're actually trying to integrate all of our systems together. By bringing personnel from several countries together, it increases our understanding and our capabilities, increases our access and our ability to timely get information to the right decision makers at the right time.
And sir, with all these scenarios going on, how important is to not only conduct this training, but to maintain this training?
As always, you train as you fight. The more you train with the personnel that you're going to be operating with, the smoother your transitions are, the less interruptions as far as trying to learn systems, and the greater rapport you have. In our business of integrated security, having the right points of contact is the difference of decreased time. Decreased time means that our commanders get the information quicker, can make their decisions quicker. Speed of recognition, speed of decision.
Sir, without going into too many details for security purposes, some of the scenarios that have been going on today, what's kind of been going on as far as I know there's been kind of like sort of phases. You have the human intelligence teams. What are they responsible to be happening in these scenarios? What are they practicing on?
Well, one of the biggest concerns that every commander is going to have is force protection, making sure that the force they bring to bear is protected not only from the foreign intelligence threat, but from local criminal threats. By integrating our teams now, we're able to reach in across the local nation structure with individuals from multiple countries and address those concerns.
And can you tell me some of the countries that you have kind of on site today that are involved in this scenario?
Today, we have great representation from Germany, from Lithuania, and from Romania, in addition to your U.S. personnel that are here.
And sir, what is, kind of in a nutshell, the overall message?
The overall message is that by integrating, we're stronger. By sharing, we're smarter.
Sir, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No.